So can you walk us through your background a little bit, please? Thank you.
Sure. I actually went to work for my dad, Larry Ackman, right after college. And dad's business was arranging financing for real estate developers. So I learned a lot about real estate development. I met people like the Friedland family, but ultimately decided that it was more fun to be not in a service business, which was my dad's business, but be a person making the investment decisions. And so I went to business school to learn how to be an investor. And I arrived at Harvard Business School and I learned my first lesson in the first week, which is I opened the course catalog to look for classes on investing, and there wasn't one. Actually, Harvard, literally there was a class on investment management, the industry. So like if you wanted to be CEO of Fidelity Investments, they would kind of train you to be that. But I wanted to learn how to be an investor. So I had to sort of teach myself, create a course, select a collection of courses that would help. And I had a small amount of money that I had made that I didn't need for, my parents were paying for my tuition. I was paying for my expenses, but I had a little bit left over, and that became my tuition in the investment business. So I started investing, and then I was doing this alone in my dorm room. And I recruited a classmate, a guy named David Berkowitz, to be part of this two-person, it wasn't even an investment club at the time at the business school. And we had fun kind of looking at ideas together. And I said, look, imagine if we could do this and people would pay us to do this. And that was the genesis for starting a hedge fund, which I did in 1992, called Gotham Partners. And that's the beginning. And it hasn't been a straight line up, been lots of peaks and valleys, but the general trend has been favorable.
So maybe walk us through, so you're working with your dad more on the real estate side, but you started your fund more, I would say, on the stock market side, right? So what pushed you not to do real estate and to go into the stock market?
A friend of my dad's, a guy named Leonard Marks, my dad introduced me to him as someone he thought of as a very successful stock market investor. And Leonard Marks recommended I read Benjamin Graham's Intelligent Investor, which is a great entree into the investment business. And I describe it like if you read Jean-Paul Sartre's essays on existentialism and it resonates with you, that will lead you on one path. And this was my introduction, and I got enthusiastic about investing. And investing in the stock market is the most accessible form of investing, because literally with any amount of money you can start and be up and running tomorrow. If you want to invest in real estate, you need more capital. It's more complicated, legal fees, etc. But here I could open, at the time, a Fidelity brokerage account, and I was in business, and that's where I started. Now, over the course of my career, one of the things mentioned is I chair a company called the Howard Hughes Corporation. It's actually a real estate development company. William and I have invested in real estate together, and personally, I've kept a connection. I'm very passionate about real estate, and I enjoy architecture and design. Happen to be married to a brilliant architect, so I do admire and appreciate real estate as well.